Hi everyone, Chris here, and I'll tell you what, I'm back with another coin roll hunting video, half dollars. I was down into a community that I don't get to very often today, and I called around and found a bank that had $500 in half dollars. And after talking with them, picking them up, this is another scenario, and the scenario I like, where banks roll their own half dollars off their coin machines. So I got 50 rolls from this bank, came in a canvas bag. They're wrapped themselves by a machine. Let's take a look at what I have. All right, so I actually made two bank stops today. Got a partial box here. Nothing too interesting in that, so I'm going to hold off on making a video. But I did get 50 rolls of half dollars here. Notice that's not quite 50 rolls. That's because I have 6 enders. Take a look at this. And one's a proof, as you see here. Believe this bend could also be a proof as well. It just has an immaculate finish. You can see all those details on the bell. So I'm really excited to dig in. At least 5 silver enders, maybe 6 with that proof if it could be. But just to let everyone know, the rolls are looking a little sloppy. I didn't roll these myself. They did come from a bank, and here's the tag that came off of them from the bank. But let's go ahead and dive right in and see what we find. There we go. All right, we're on roll number 7. Actually, the first 6, pretty quiet. In case you're wondering, I'm going to leave those 6 enders till the very end. Looks like we got one here. This is going to be a blast white 90. I almost guarantee it. Actually not. I'm shocked. Look at that. It's a Bicentennial 40%er. Look at that. I've only ever found one other one Bicentennial silver before, but this will make number 2. It's actually in pretty good shape, but look at that edge. I was really quite surprised that that's a 40%. How cool. Well, doesn't look like there's any more in this roll. We'll check back in when we grab another one. Some really nice coins out of this too. Look at that 92. Anyways, we'll be back. Maybe they're not as loose as I was worried about. There we go. Another one in here. Can you spot it? There we got it. 1969D. Good looking coin, even though it's dirty. We'll circle back when we find another. There we go. That's a thicker edge. This is roll number 11. Actually, things have started a lot slower than I would have thought they would have been. I have found a few silver proofs, and I think this has the looks of being one. And it is. 1970S. Wow. Definitely a collection dump here. That one appears to be in pretty good shape. Does have a couple of scuffs, as you'd expect coming out of circulation, but clearly these have not been out of a collection too long, considering they're all together, getting these 2 rarer 40%ers. So this is a 1970S, as you can see right there. Nice mirror finish. You can even see my face right there. So cool. We'll circle back when we find our next one. Got a proof. 1999S. Very cool. A couple more prospect coins in here, so we'll give them a look. Nothing there. I do pull out the NIFCs when I see them. This one definitely is 2006. This will be my 3rd NIFC. I don't necessarily film them all, though. We did get a proof out of that roll. That is roll number 12. 3 silver so far. We'll check back when we can grab our next find. All right, I think we might have a couple of proofs in this one. This one's very thick. I'm going to call that. Yep. 1980S. Good looking coin. Definitely a collection dump out of this, finding a lot of the specialty coins rather than just straight silver so far. Don't think this one is, nope. But there are some pretty coins in here. NIFC 2003. I think that's it for this roll. I'll let you know if we find something else. There we go. That's what I like to roll into. All right. There's a lot happening in this roll. I think there's 2 proofs, at least 1 silver. Gosh, that may be a proof. And then I'm unsure about this one. That's silver. 67, 40%er. It was so dark I couldn't quite tell. Oh, goodness, I missed it. There's 2 more. There was 3 silvers in that roll. This is going to be one, 68D. This is one I missed at first glance. This one is going to come back as another, well, I was thinking a proof based on the look of that 70S, but perhaps a special mint set. It does kind of have that refined finish on it, if you will. So that could be what it is there. Nice looking coin. Camera just really doesn't do it justice. So that's awesome. We'll set that to the side. I'll try to keep that one separate. I think there's a couple proofs in here. There is 85S in good shape. Too bad they're not silver proofs. It's always fun. On this note, this is just a 92. But yeah, good roll there. We had 3 silvers and a proof. We'll circle back next find. Boom. It's a great looking sight there. Again, these edges just don't look like normal silver coins that you find. So someone definitely dropped a collection in here. So I imagine these to be something a little special. Yeah, it's a silver proof. That's why, 1969S. Very cool. This is roll number 24, so we're getting about halfway. Nice looking proof coin there. Awesome. That's what I like to be seeing. And then it looks like we have another silver here. This is going to be a silver proof. 1964. Look at that. 90%er. This is a proof silver based on the edging there, how thick it is, and the mirror finish. I actually think it has the matte finish too on the eagle. Kind of looks like it there. Great looking coin. We'll have to check for, I believe it has the accented hair variety. We'll have to look for that later. We'll come back with our next find. There will be more. Okay, roll number 25. That's the next roll immediately. Looks like we may have a couple of proofs. We do. And definitely you saw that silver on the end, 1979S. Good looking coin. That will be our, well, non-silver proofs. That's our 4th one. This is our 5th, 1993S. Good stuff. And then we have a silver here. Yeah, it's a commemorative. This is a George Washington Carver commemorative, 1952. Nice. I'll have to look this one up. I don't have my book on me right now, but I'll definitely look it up and add some text and talk about just how rare this one will be. Awesome. We'll be back with our next find. Okay, we got another hit here. I'm going rolls that are seeing nothing to rolls that are chocked full. So I'm guessing they probably wrapped this in separate occasions, maybe, because we're just finding just loads of goodies in individual rolls and then absolutely nothing in some. This is roll number 26. Nope, sorry, 27. Another proof, 2002S, non-silver. And don't think this is going to be anything too special. Nope. It may be special mint set stuff that was dumped in here as well. Certainly a possibility. 1969D. All right. We'll check back when we find our next one. All right. Roll number 30. Nice. Roll number 30 pays out, and we have 2 silvers in here. One might be a silver proof with how thick it is. It is 2001 S. Look at that thing. I found silver proofs before in a loose bag out of a small town bank, but here we go again. More proofs, 90% silver, okay. And we got another silver coin here. This is a beautiful Benji. Look at that thing. 1957, and it's a filly. And given the look of it, I'm going to say that this is a proof as well. Got beautiful lines there on the bell. And considering all the proofs we found so far, someone cracked open some proof sets. Okay. So that's roll number 30. We'll check back in when we find something else.
This was becoming a real bad health crisis. When I first stayed back in my...
Okay. So you hear the background noise. I'm actually at my studio right now, and they're previewing some stuff for a newscast. So I got to overtalk that just a little bit. But you see we have 2 more silvers in here. Definitely one that looks like it's going to be a proof. We'll check out this, which appears to be 40%. It is 1967. Okay, and then we have a proof, 87S. One of the years where the proofs actually were more than the PD, what would otherwise be a business strike, but NIFC. All right, 2005 S proof. They're coming in bunches, friends. I'll check back in when we find our next one. Okay, so we're opening up roll number 33. Got another silver in here, 1970D. That is very cool. I have only found one other 1970D before. That's really cool. Number 2 going into the collection. These guys are really, really hard to find, as they didn't make any for regular circulation that year. So an NIFC silver, another one. We found a couple already. We'll come back in when we find our next find. Roll number 35 is going to yield us a proof. All right, non-silver this time, 1974S. We'll come back with our next find. Proof and silver time. Ooh, a couple of interesting ones. What do you see here? My goodness. It's not a proof on the end. Though I do think they cracked some special men's sets. Do you see them? There's a proof here. Maybe not. NIFC. That's going to be our 8th, by the way. I'm not showing them all. This, I think, is just a nice coin. It is. But this one. Nice, another silver proof. 1968S. The edge of that looked golden though. You see that? Really, really unique looking coin. So another silver proof. That one's gonna be 40%. Gonna have to start restacking over here, trying to keep all the silver proofs set apart. And then there's another silver tucked away in here. 90%, or 1964. And it does have a D mint mark. All right, we'll come back when we find our next. All right, roll number 41. Looks like we're gonna have another silver. It's a nice looking 1965. We'll come back when we find our next. Okay, you got another one. And perhaps a couple of proofs in here too. That's not. That one is not either. All right, no proofs, but we did get another silver. 1964 90%er. Has a D mint mark. We'll be back. Roll number 44, another silver proof time. I think might have a proof. Nope, just another really nice coin. 1992 S. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first year that they started doing silver proofs in the 90s there. Good looking coin. We'll come back with those enders that are coming up next. All right, totally missed it out of that 44th roll, or 43rd. Anyways, the last one I just showed you. This one was tucked away kind of in the middle right here. If you rewind, you'll probably be able to see it, but there was another 40%er in there, 1969D. All right, now let's get to those enders. Okay, we're back with the final 6, and I'll start with the proof. I want to compare to a non-silver proof that we found, and I just think the color on the eagle is just a little bit more white, if you will, on the one in the roll. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that that's actually silver. So I'll go ahead and rip into it. And let's see what we end up with. All right. And it is a silver proof. Only thing in the roll of interest for filming, 1999S. And it does look like we avoided the ring of death, which sometimes you can really run into with those enders. Okay, I'm going to leave the Benji to the final roll, so it looks like we have some other silver enders here. We'll go with the one that's known. This is going to be a 40%er on the end, as it is a 68D. I already checked out the date on that. This has just been a super find. Clearly a collection dump here. I think there were special mint sets that were in there as well with some beautiful looking coins, and what a way to wrap things up. There are at least 3 silvers in here. So we have the ender. We know that's a 68D. Okay. We also have one here. This does not have a mint mark. It is a 1965. And this one I'm going to say is a proof again based on the look of things. And it is a 1976 Bicentennial S-mint proof. All right, let's keep going. Set these off to the side. Get a nice little stack going here. I'll look through these things at the end. Oh, another proof. 1978 S. That's non-silver. Anyways, it's so fun to find this kind of score like this, and I've said it in other videos. I just love when banks roll their own coins off the coin machine. It's so cool, especially when you clearly have a bank like this one where it's not a dump bank for people like me. 1969D, looks like that's the only silver in this roll, but I'm watching for some proofs in a couple areas. I don't think so, so let's move on to our next one. I'll check back if there's any other goodies that are hiding at the end off camera. All right, so another silver here on this end, probably a 40% based on what I'm looking at. It is. Looks like there's one other silver in here too. So we'll go with that ender, a 1967. Okay, and then we also have a 1969D. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean about some of the coins that just, they have so much great appeal, eye appeal. Given that this is clearly a collection dump, I'd say someone cracked up a bunch of stuff and didn't know what they had, and it's unfortunate. If I could, I would try to make it right with the person, but you don't know. And I'm going to banks for this stuff. If it was a private collection that I was purchasing, I definitely want to make things fair with someone. 1967, that's the only one in the roll. All right, so that is roll number 49. Let's get down to this proof Benji. What a great looking coin. Just beautiful. You can see those bell lines on it, the inscriptions. Let's go right into it. And no ring of death either, so that's just awesome. Okay, it looks like maybe one more silver in here and a proof. Nope, that's just clad. Okay, so we'll go with the proof first, 2006 S. And we'll wrap things up on this Benjamin Franklin. just awesome. So clearly from Philadelphia, and of course at that time, they were the makers of the proof sets. And with the mirror finish like that, 1962, that is a proof. All right, so that's gonna wrap up the roll cracking. We'll go ahead and set things up for the recap. All right, so here's a wrap up, friends. Some very interesting coins and ones you really aren't ever going to find all too often when you're coin roll hunting. First, we'll start with the non-silver proofs, and we did have 10 of those ranging in dates from 74 to 2006. Really in decent shape. Of course, when you get down to it, you can see some of the dings and nicks on them, but they're in pretty good shape. We did also have 9 NIFCs. I do pull those apart and keep them. I just usually don't film them when I do find them. We had 12 40% silvers that are not proofs or special mint sets, in my opinion. We did get 1 commemorative. This is a George Washington Carver commemorative that was made in 1952. Just a beautiful looking, unique coin. Yeah, so the only commemorative of this one, we did have 2 Business Strike 1964s, 90%ers. We'll go over to what I'm going to call special mint set ones, and this is mainly, if you go back and watch the video from the edges, they just have that look, and considering everything that's been pulled today, I'd consider the 65 and 66 as special mint sets. Then we have proofs for 1968, 69, and 70, and also a Business Strike 70D. Those are very hard to come by. And I know I mistakenly called one of these Bicentennial S's a proof. This one here on the right is not a proof. It's just a regular strike, but it is silver. And then that proof there, the Bicentennial. So all of these just kind of unique finds, hard to come by. We did get some 90% proofs as well. A couple of Benjis, and in my opinion, in great shape, especially that 57 there, hardly even a scratch on it. These are both Philadelphia mint, and they just have the look of proof coins with the mirroring that they have. Both beautiful. 64 Philly, that is going to be a proof coin as well. You can kind of see the finish there. 92S, 99S, 2001S, and 2005S. So when it comes down to it, we had a lot of silver coins today, and 10 90%ers when you take into account the 3 up here and the 7 down here. We also had 20 40%ers as well. It comes down to these 8 over here and these 12. All in all, a really great score, and I'm happy with it. I continue to stress I love either loose coins or the banks that roll their coins off the coin machines, and that's what this one is, the latter. Another major score. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you've ever found anything like this in the comments. This would be about the second go around for me finding a kind of a unique collection like this being dumped back into circulation. Thanks for liking the video, and if you like these, I'll continue to do more. Give me a subscribe button, smash it, and we'll catch you next time. Everyone, take care and happy hunting.